I'm Philip Thomas, I'm the chairman of Cannes Lions and Dubai Lynx. We've had the Glass Lion at Cannes for 3 or 4 years now, and the reason we're launching the Glass Lynx is to try to highlight the really fantastic work that is being created by marketers and agencies around the region to try to address the issue of gender parity and equality. So it's really about work that shows people in the most positive way, so non-destructive and gender neutral, positive images of people really. And we find that at Cannes, if we introduce a category like that, the work is highlighted, people look at it and it inspires the next generation, and that's what we're hoping to do with Lynx. Well, I think the industry generally is, we've been at an event this morning all about gender diversity and attended by some really big clients. So I think the industry generally, both on the client side and the agency side, see a responsibility to not only produce work that is showing people in the most positive possible way, but also to do something about the teams that are putting that work together and making sure that there is a diverse group of people putting the work together. So what we hope in the short term is that we highlight the work, that people become inspired by that work, and in the long term we just hope that marketing communications can help to make the world a more equal place. Well, there's a famous statistic that 80% of the purchasing decisions globally are by women. So obviously, if you're not representing 80% of your market correctly, then absolutely you have to do that. There's also a moral argument. Many advertisers, big ones, like P&G, HP, Unilever, they see it as a business imperative to make sure that they're addressing these issues, but they also see it as a moral imperative as well, because they realize how much power they've got. Well, at Cannes we see the work from all over the world, and so I suppose the question is, are there differences in the way that gender is portrayed and the issues that are brought up? And absolutely, 100%, because there are these cultural differences. So if you look at the work, some of the work coming out of India is looking at issues that really in the West you would think, why is that even an issue? And I'm sure that will be the case in MENA. But the fundamentals are the same. The fundamentals are that men and women are not equal in just about every society on the planet, probably every society on the planet. That is the fundamental baseline. How that inequality manifests itself is different, and therefore the ideas that address it will be different, but the fundamental issue is exactly the same. The Glass Lion was a woman's idea. It was Sheryl Sandberg's idea from Facebook. She said, you can help. So I think that's the first question men can ask, should ask women, is like, what can I do to help? And just do some serious listening about that. And then if you are fortunate enough to be in a position of influence, then to try to make small decisions that are going to make things better. Well, we always find, so we've got a couple of ways that we can measure that. So firstly, our juries. So we try and make the juries equal if we possibly can. We're getting very, very close to 50-50 gender split on our juries, which is great. The other is, of course, on the stage and speaking, and that is so much harder. We find it at Cannes as well. Finding women to be on stage at any event is actually extremely difficult. The reasons are presumably manifold. There are many, many reasons. There are just more senior men, obviously, because that's the way the world is at the moment. So there are lots of reasons for it, but actually getting speakers is the hardest thing, really. But we try very, very hard at Cannes. We're up to about 40%, so we hope to do that at Lynx as well. We're very excited. I mean, it's been a funny old tough year for the industry generally, I think. So much change. If you look at what's happening, VML and Y&R have joined forces, of course. There are lots of senior people changing and leading. So WPP, Martin Sorrell's gone, new leader in Mark Reed. There's so much change happening. And this year has been a big change year. Looking forward to next year for Cannes and for Lynx. There's a lot of positivity in the market now. I was in Dubai all day yesterday meeting some of the biggest agencies and clients, and people are feeling pretty good about next year, actually. Feeling pretty positive, which is great to hear.